Welcome back, everyone, to the show you didn't even know you were waiting for. Yes, The Golden Bachelor is back, and Season 2 kicked off with a bang that left everyone talking, whispering, and maybe even gasping a little. But this year, things are different. The lead is no ordinary suitor. He's controversial, captivating, and let's just say, he's shaking up the mansion in ways we didn't see coming. Tonight, we're diving into Episode 1, scene by scene, reaction by reaction, and I promise, by the end of this video, you'll be on the edge of your seat wondering who will rise, who will fall, and who might just surprise us all. So, grab your tea, pull up your favorite chair, and let's unravel The Golden Bachelor, Season 2, Episode 1. From the moment the first contestant stepped out of that limousine, the energy was electric. You could feel the tension in the air, the anticipation buzzing louder than the paparazzi's cameras outside. And let me tell you, our controversial lead did not hold back. He greeted each contestant with charm, but there was an unmistakable twinkle in his eye, a hint that this season would be unlike any other. The first interaction already sparked whispers. Some contestants were starstruck, others, well, they seemed to be quietly assessing whether they could keep up with his bold energy. And right there, ladies and gentlemen, the first seeds of drama were planted. But here's the twist. Just as everyone thought they had a handle on this charismatic bachelor, a late-arriving contestant showed up. And let's just say, the atmosphere shifted instantly. Who was she? And what did her arrival mean for the relationships already forming? Stick with me, because this is just the beginning. The first group date was set in a breathtaking garden, candles twinkling, roses scattered, basically a scene straight out of a classic romance novel. But what happened next wasn't just about flowers and conversation. No, it was about strategy, personalities clashing, and yes, subtle sparks of jealousy. Our lead through the first challenge, a game of wit and charm. Contestants were paired, sharing personal stories, trying to impress. Some stories brought laughter, some tears, and others raised eyebrows. You could see him carefully observing, reading every gesture, every glance. And trust me, viewers, the choices he made during this group date would ripple throughout the entire season. And just when you thought the tension couldn't rise any higher, one contestant whose confidence radiated like the sun made a bold move. She reached for a private moment with the Bachelor that stunned everyone. What she said? Well, let's just say it left viewers, and maybe even the Bachelor himself, speechless. As night fell, the anticipation for the first rose ceremony was almost unbearable. Contestants whispered, rehearsed their smiles, and tried to predict who might walk away with rejection and who would receive the first golden rose. Here's where our controversial lead truly revealed his complexity. Unlike Season 1, where gestures were predictable, this Bachelor was unpredictable. He seemed to be torn between emotional connections and instinctual attraction. And in a moment of surprise that no one saw coming, he pulled aside a contestant for a heartfelt conversation that, well, let's just say it shook the mansion to its very core. And just as the roses were handed out, a shocking twist awaited viewers at home. One contestant, who had seemed like a sure thing, was left without a rose. Gasps all around. Hearts broke. And suddenly, this season's narrative shifted in a direction that none of us anticipated. Let's take a moment to talk about the man himself. Yes, he's charming. Yes, he's handsome. But he's also complicated. Viewers have already taken sides. Some call him bold. Others, well, let's just say controversial. And what makes him so fascinating is his unpredictability. One moment, he's tender and thoughtful. The next, he's stirring the pot intentionally or not, leaving contestants and us guessing at his next move. This is a lead who refuses to play by the old rules, and as we saw tonight, that makes for a season where anything is possible. Alliances will shift, secrets will surface, and hearts will be tested in ways that might surprise even the most seasoned fans of this show. But here's the burning question. Which of these contestants will truly capture his heart? And who is hiding something that could turn this entire season upside down? We'll explore that in the next episode, and trust me, you won't want to miss it. So, if you thought episode 1 was just a gentle introduction, think again. Tonight's recap was just the tip of the iceberg. In the next section, we'll dive deeper into individual contestants, the alliances, the secret tensions, and yes, the explosive moments that promise to redefine the Golden Bachelor experience forever. And remember, in a mansion of golden roses, not everything glitters as it seems.
One of the most fascinating aspects of episode 1 wasn't just the Bachelor himself. It was the way the contestants began to interact, subtly, almost invisibly. Alliances formed in whispers behind the chandeliers. Smiles were exchanged, but eyes told a different story. There was curiosity, yes, but also the faint shadow of rivalry creeping in. Take, for example, 2 contestants who immediately bonded over shared experiences. At first glance, it seemed heartwarming, but by the end of the day, subtle glances hinted at competition for attention. Perhaps even fear that one might be left behind when the roses were handed out. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the kind of tension that makes season 2 unlike any we've seen before. And just when we thought we understood the dynamics, another contestant quietly disrupted the balance. A seemingly casual joke, a slightly raised eyebrow, it was enough to send ripples through the group. And here's the kicker. Our controversial lead noticed. He noticed every subtle move, every unspoken glance. What will he do with this information? You won't want to miss the answer as the season unfolds. Now, let's talk about the private moments, the ones that really define the emotional core of the Golden Bachelor. While group dates create spectacle, it's in the quiet, one-on-one encounters that true character emerges. Tonight, our lead carved out time for private conversations with several contestants, each revealing something deeply personal. One shared a story of resilience, another opened up about a lifelong dream, and yet another confessed fears that resonated with everyone watching. These intimate moments didn't just tug at our hearts, they set the stage for future decisions that could make or break relationships in the mansion. But here's the suspenseful twist. One contestant's revelation was so powerful, it seemed to shift the Bachelor's focus entirely. And for a fleeting moment, you could see the weight of the choice on his face. Who would win his trust and heart? And who might be silently jeopardizing their chance at love without even realizing it? Episode 1 is all about first impressions. And in a mansion filled with golden roses, first impressions carry enormous weight. The Bachelor wasn't just observing charm or beauty. He was measuring authenticity, resilience, and compatibility. Every waff, every hesitation, every heartfelt comment was being carefully noted. Interestingly, some contestants seemed to misjudge him. They assumed certain behaviors meant favor or disfavor, and their reactions created subtle friction in the group. Others appeared to understand his rhythm immediately, forming quiet connections that might blossom into deeper relationships. Watching these dynamics is like observing a delicate game of chess, where each move could be pivotal in the long run. And just when you think you have a clear favorite emerging, a completely unexpected action flips the entire perspective. A gesture of kindness, a moment of vulnerability. Suddenly, the narrative shifts. Who will truly capture his heart? Who might be silently undermining themselves? These are questions that only the coming episodes will answer, keeping every viewer on the edge of their seat. As the evening progressed, the tension in the mansion escalated to nearly unbearable levels. Contestants whispered, strategized, and even competed subtly for private attention. Our controversial lead remained calm on the surface, but underneath, every glance, every conversation, and every subtle reaction was being processed. Then came the cliffhanger moment. Just minutes before the rose ceremony, one contestant made a bold move, a declaration of feelings that stunned everyone in the room. It wasn't just surprising, it was a game changer. And as they exchanged words, the camera captured the Bachelor's reaction in exquisite slow motion. The suspense was palpable. Would this declaration influence who received a rose? Or would it shift the Bachelor's focus in another, unexpected direction? This is the magic of season 2. Unpredictable, heart-stopping, and full of moments that make you question what you thought you knew about love, loyalty, and human connection. So, what's next after episode 1's shocking moments? In our next section, we'll dissect the first rose ceremony itself, explore which contestants emerged victorious, and reveal the hidden tensions that promise even more drama in season 2. And let me assure you, the surprises aren't over.
And now,
They've only
the
just
moment
begun.
everyone has been waiting for, the first rose ceremony. Picture it, a candlelit mansion, golden roses glinting in the soft light, and contestants holding their breath, waiting for the Bachelor to make his choices. Every heartbeat counted, every glance, every hesitation carried weight. As the Bachelor stepped forward, he exuded charm and gravitas, but you could sense the weight of his decision-making. One by one, names were called. Some contestants exhaled in relief, others stiffened with nervous anticipation. The suspense in the room was almost tangible, and viewers at home were glued to their screens, feeling every heartbeat of tension. And just when it seemed straightforward, a surprise twist changed everything. A contestant who appeared safe was left standing empty-handed. Gasps filled the room, hearts sank, and in that moment, you could see the subtle shock on the Bachelor's face, a hint that this decision might ripple through future episodes in ways no one expected. Emotions ran high as the shocking elimination unfolded. The contestant left without a rose showed courage and grace, but the raw emotion was undeniable. Tears, heartfelt confessions, and whispered goodbyes reminded us why this show is more than just a game. It's a journey of vulnerability, courage, and connection. What makes this particularly fascinating is how the other contestants reacted. Some comforted, some strategized, and some, perhaps unintentionally, revealed cracks in the alliances forming. Every subtle gesture mattered. And while we mourned the loss of a promising contestant, we couldn't help but wonder, who might be next? Who is truly ready for love? And who is hiding something that could upend the season? And the twist doesn't end here. That eliminated contestant left a clue, just a fleeting comment that might echo in the mansion for weeks to come. Will it come back to haunt someone, or change the Bachelor's perspective entirely? The suspense is just beginning. After the ceremony, the mansion was abuzz with whispered conversations, hidden glances, and cautious smiles. Some contestants tried to mask their disappointment. Others tried to assert confidence, as if the rose ceremony hadn't shaken them. But make no mistake, everyone felt the ripple of the Bachelor's choices. And here's where it gets interesting. The subtle tensions between contestants started to surface. Alliances shifted, unspoken rivalries deepened, and the mansion suddenly felt like a delicate balancing act. Each contestant was carefully calculating their next move, even as emotions ran high. And for viewers, this is where the drama truly begins to take root. One particularly unexpected interaction hinted at a secret, something that might redefine loyalties and friendships in future episodes. And trust me, this is a thread we'll see pulled in the upcoming week, leaving viewers guessing at motives, alliances, and hidden agendas. At the end of episode 1, our controversial lead took a quiet moment to reflect. Away from the roses, cameras, and contestants, he shared insights that revealed his complexity. He admitted the weight of choice, the challenge of balancing connection with fairness, and the uncertainty of trusting first impressions. This reflection was more than just a personal confession. It set the tone for the season. It reminded viewers that behind every confident smile and charming gesture lies someone navigating real emotions, complicated decisions, and the very human desire to find a genuine connection. And here's the cliffhanger. His words hinted at a coming twist in episode 2, a secret revelation, a choice that could shake the mansion even further. What is it? We'll explore that next time, but for now, let your curiosity simmer. Because if episode 1 taught us anything, it's that in The Golden Bachelor, nothing is ever predictable. So, as we close out our episode 1 recap, remember this. The roses are just the beginning. The alliances are fragile. The secrets are simmering. And the hearts in this mansion are more complicated than ever. In episode 2, we'll uncover the private conversations that could change everything. Unexpected tensions that explode into the open. And yes, the moments that might just leave viewers gasping in disbelief. Stay tuned, because The Golden Bachelor Season 2 is just getting started, and the most thrilling moments are yet to come.